Liverpool are going to win the league. Liverpool are going to win the league again. It's written in the stars. Welcome back, people, to LSTV. And Liverpool made a big signing. So let's get straight into it. So yes, Liverpool have signed Ekitike, Hugo Ekitike from Frankfurt for 90, I think, or 90 or 95 million pounds. Crazy fee. But this just shows Liverpool's intent on staying at the top, staying dominating. They spent 150 million on Verts, 45 million on Kirkez, 35 million on Frimpong, and then basically 100 million on Hugo Ekitike. They have to win the league. I think they will. They have to win the league. They can't. And then you still have Salah. You still have Gakpo. They're gonna sell Diaz and probably bring in another forward player as well. It's looking spooky right now. It's genuinely looking spooky for the rest of the Premier League. But is Hugo Ekitike a good player? Yeah, I think he's a good player. He started off at Oran in France. Did pretty well there. I have to be honest. And then he moved to PSG, and that kind of messed up his rep because he didn't really do too good at PSG. You know, scored a few goals here and there, but wasn't really hitting the ground running. Never got an actual place in the team or anything like that. And then he moved to Frankfurt, and it wasn't amazing at first, but it was decent. You know, it was decent enough to say, okay, this man is a decent player. You know, he could do something. And then last season, he exploded. He exploded last season with him and Marmoush. They just went on a rampage. I think he scored 22 goals last season, or something like that, and 15 league goals. He was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant last season. So I think he'll come in and do well. I mean, people would say Bundesliga tax. Players from the Bundesliga don't really transfer into this and do this and that. But look at Holland. Holland was mashing it up in the Bundesliga. And now look at the man. He's one of the best, one of the most prolific strikers in the Premier League, I think, ever. Right now, as of right now, I don't want to say he's one of the best strikers in the Premier League ever, obviously. But in terms of scoring goals, you have to give him his credit. He literally has the record for the most goals in a single league campaign. And then almost replicated that season after. So can Hugo Ekitike reach those levels? No. I don't think he's going to go and score 35 goals or 36 goals or anything even remotely close to that. I think he's more so kind of a player that would do in the Prem maybe 15 goals to 18 goals max around there, which is that's enough to win the league because they still have Salah, you still have Florian Wirtz, you still have Gakpo. If they sign another player, if they keep Chiesa, they have depth. You know what I'm saying? They have players that will accommodate for the rest of it. So I don't see it being a bad deal in that light. But would I have paid 90 million pounds? No. I think it's still a bit of a risk because it's 90 million pounds and his first amazing season was really last season. It is a risk in itself. So I think he'll do well. But I don't think he'll do 90 million pounds worth. But the media won't talk about that. If it was Manchester United or Arsenal, just give him some fairness, people would be talking about it like, oh, he didn't score 20 goals, so he's a flop, so get him, he needs to leave the club, or, oh, I can't believe he didn't do that. Since Liverpool now, if he does that, nobody's going to be talking. But if you win the league, to be fair, you ain't got nothing to say. You ain't got to say nothing, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got to say nothing. But yeah, Liverpool fans, let me know what y'all think. Are y'all happy with this signing? Was there anybody else that y'all maybe would have wanted other than Hugo Ekitike? I'm not sure. I'm not really tapped into what Liverpool targets are. I don't really care about that club right now because, as y'all know, this club right now, we don't know what's gonna happen next season. So I don't have time to be worrying about you guys. So yeah, I don't know. You guys happy about this year? As I said, I think it's a good signing. I think it'll do decent for y'all. You guys literally shit all over Newcastle. That's one thing I have to talk about now. Newcastle put in a bid for Ekitike. He agreed to go to them. And then Liverpool said, wait, hold on. We want Isaac. But if you don't give us Isaac, we're going to take Ekitike. And that's quite literally what they did. That's exactly what they did. Because Isaac, they don't want to give it Isaac. They're like, all right, yeah, man. Put on that for 95 million, man. We know that's what they want. We'll bid even more than Newcastle because we have the money. Because we won the league. We're league winners. We're Liverpool. That's basically what they said to Newcastle. Newcastle's a small club, is what they said. And I know all the Newcastle fans are salty. I go off for a fact. Sorry for you guys, man. And then Isaac has also been in transfer speculation still because Al Hilal are in for him. Isaac, don't do that, please. Not right now. Like, don't go to Saudi now. Like, Isaac, you're a baller. You're in the Champions League with Newcastle, brother. Don't go to Saudi now, man. Just have the Champions League campaign at least, and then make a decision next summer to come to Manchester United. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you'll come to Manchester United, you know, in 2026. We will be there. We will be there. It also depends what kind of striker we sign. Like, right now, if we sign Watkins, for example, I don't think we're gonna bring in an Isak next summer. If we do well this season, by the way, it all depends on that as well. If we're not in Champions League next season, we're not gonna get those kind of signings. But yeah, if we sign a Watkins is not gonna want to be number 2 to Isak. Maybe because he'll be 30 by then, wouldn't he? He'll be like 30, almost 31. I'm pretty sure he turns. Does he turn 30 this year, or does he turn 29? I'm really not sure, to be honest. But if he was turning 30, then maybe we'd go for the Isak thing. But I don't know. In other news as well, Manchester United been linked to Sesko. It's not a bad player. I mean, the price that's being quoted is kind of the same thing as Ekitike. I think it's like 85 million. I wouldn't pay 85 million for him. I really wouldn't, because he has traits. His ball striking is very good. Positioning is decent. Everything around him, that he has is decent, except for his ball striking. I think his ball striking is crazy. Like, the goals that he scores are mad. But yeah, would I bring him in? Yes, but at the right price. If you told me 60 million, then I'd start to talk about it. Then I'd be like, okay, 60 million for Sesko, 22 years old, decent amount of goals in the Bundesliga, decent goals in the Champions League, even in big games against Juventus. So you have to give him that fairness. So 60 million would be a fair price. Anything more than that, we can walk away from that deal and go get a Watkins or a Mateta or whoever we sign. Because our main priority right now seems to be a striker. Even though Amarin came out yesterday after the Leeds game and said that our midfield needs to be addressed. Which it really needs to be addressed. We need to get a ball progressive midfielder. And we also need to start playing a front 2. We need to go switch from the 3-4-2-1 to a 3-5-2 or a 3-4-1-2, sorry. 3-4-1-2. Cunha and Buemo, Bruno right behind them, and then Menu and another midfielder. That's what we need. It'll give us more defensive stability. We can still attack. I don't know why he won't do it, but hopefully when we get our better players in and go to the US tour and what's not, we maybe start playing that. But yeah, back to the main premise of the video. I know I kind of rambled just now about things that have nothing to do with Hugo Ekitike. But yes, yes, Hugo Ekitike. He's going to be in the Prem next season. Are you people excited? I know I'm not, because what he's probably going to do to us when we play them, I don't think it should be televised, honestly. I think that game should just, not happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to play Liverpool right now. I don't want to play Liverpool at Anfield right now. It's scary to think about, because after that preseason game yesterday, it wasn't terrible. Like, second half mainly was good. The first half was a bit, It doesn't look too much different right now. But I won't freak out, because it is the first preseason game. Players only play 45 minutes, most of them. We got to get our fitness in. And some of our better players are not even there. Like, Zerski's not there until next week, and Buemo's not going to be there till next week. And we're going to get more signings and stuff. So we got to wait for that kind of stuff to come in. But hopefully, we can do better in the preseason and stuff like that. That's really what we need to have. Before I end the video, though, what if Liverpool sign Isak next year for free? Or I think he has 1 year left on his contract. Or just sign him next year. Then you have Ekitike and Isak. And if Ekitike has a good first season, I don't think he's gonna mind being Isak's backup, because they can play together as well, by the way. Like, Isak can play left wing, Ekitike can play left wing. They're almost the exact same profile of player. So honestly, what if they do that? That is scary to think about, because I think they're gonna win the league this season, and if they're gonna get Isak next year and another player, they might win the league next season as well. And that is just saying something. That is. And what are we doing? Are Manchester United going to get there? Liverpool are a very run club right now. But are we going to start being run like that? Are we going to start making those kind of signs? Are we going to start making those kind of steps to get to that stage? I don't know. we'll see what the season holds. Gonna be a very interesting season. But if you guys like the video, as usual, like, share, subscribe. We're 6 subs away from 100. 6 subs. We're almost there. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.